Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to Alpha Central, I'm your host Jack, and today we're taking a look at when woke people make fools of themselves. But let's jump right in, right after you subscribe, of course.
Disclaimer, this video was made for strictly comedic/artistic purposes. No offense is intended towards any individual featured in this video.
Do you think that tax dollars should go towards trans surgeries? Yes?
Because it is a medical necessary surgery. Yes, I agree with that.
Every American's tax dollars should go towards trans surgeries.
If we have free health care, then health care should provide everything a person needs. Trans surgeries, whatever else that, they need, it should go because they can't be happy in their own skin.
Okay.
And they got to be happy in their own skin, and we need to make sure that they are.
We've got veterans homeless on the street, but sure, let's make sure Timmy gets his taxpayer-funded estrogen. Makes perfect sense.
They, them, energy. They, them, energy. They, them, energy.
This song makes elevator music sound like a Grammy winner.
As a woman doesn't make you a woman.
I trust people to be an expert in their own gender. If someone has been living as a woman for 15 years...
What does that mean, living as a woman?
Well, it means what I've said.
Well, what does it mean? What does it mean to live as a woman?
I don't really know how I can answer the question again. If a trans woman
you
has
wear
been...
dresses, you read certain books, you like something, what does it mean? I mean, not
okay.
every woman lives wearing a dress, not every woman wears makeup.
No, indeed, and that's a much larger question about kind of gender discourse and feminism more widely. But my point is that if someone is a woman, has lived as a woman for many years, needs support because they've experienced misogynistic abuse, I want them to be able to access that support. It's as simple as that.
I mean, sure, you can play the part, but biology doesn't care about acting skills.
Day 61 of being a girl, and we are in fact two different people. Some people on TikTok don't believe that we're not the same person. We're here to set the record straight. We're queer. What is it about us that people find so similar? Is it our brown hair? Is it the same sunglasses? Is it our smiles? Is it our crop tops? Is it our musical theater degrees? Love ya!
People don't think you're alike because of some cosmic connection. It's just the mutual headache you cause.
Studies is a pre-law track. If you're going to be a lawyer, you have to study gender studies and other social cultural studies.
That proves my point that college is a scam. Why would a lawyer need to study gender studies? Shouldn't a lawyer know the law?
It's a social science. The law. You think the law isn't inadvertently affected by social, cultural, and gender norms?
Of course it is, but shouldn't they first know the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, the Federalist Papers?
We learned that in high school.
Who wrote the Constitution?
Founding Fathers, 1778. I don't know.
It wasn't 1778.
I don't know.
Close, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know?
No.
Okay. Well, this is the point, is that you don't learn it in high school. You don't even learn it in undergraduate. And I didn't go to college, and you're paying to go to college, and you can't answer them.
That's so fair.
She came with emotions, and he came with logic. You can take a guess on which one won.
Hello, my name is Bridget Bandit, and I'm speaking in opposition to SB 18. I'm a born and raised Texan and full-time drag queen. Previously, I've worked with children throughout my life as a swim instructor, teaching summer art camps, hosting children's birthday parties, and volunteering in my church as a youth group leader. Today, I occasionally host drag queen story times. These kinds of events don't differ much from the kind of work I did before, yet this bill would impact my ability to work with children simply based on a subjective and ill-defined expectation of how I should look.
A full-time drag queen, so basically an unemployed guy in a dress with extra steps.
It's not like I have anything against white guys. I just feel like white guys do tend to go for white girls more.
Are you not?
I'm not white.
You're definitely white though, because everyone in this room thought you were white.
Like my race is white, but my ethnicity, I'm Hispanic. Both of my parents were born and raised in Mexico.
But there's white Mexicans. You have blue eyes and fair skin.
My race is white, my ethnicity is Hispanic or Latina.
Okay. You don't like dating white guys, or?
No, it's not that I don't like dating them. I just feel like white guys tend to stick to white girls.
And you are white, so
they look at me and they're like, oh, like you're probably mixed, like you're not just white.
No one thinks that.
Multiple white guys have told me this. So.
Multiple white guys have said. Multiple white guys have said.
I can't vouch for that. I did have a specific interaction with a guy where he was like, to be honest, I just really like dumb blonde. And then he's like, this is so stereotypical, but he was like, since you're Mexican, because you just said that, you probably know how to cook and clean, and I just don't think that's wifey material.
He thinks it's not wifey material that you cook and clean? What?
Do I know this?
She's trying so hard to be something she's not. Even her DNA is cringing.
On this line, we were instructed that allies could come and stand on this line to remind other white people that this is a space for black people.
You know, black spaces are important and that they should be enjoyed by black people, for black people. And that's not our job to be interested in there. That's not our space. Our space is to help hold the line.
We're here to stand as a physical monument in order to represent the idea that it should be safe.
Ah, segregation based on skin color, rebranded, repackaged, and somehow called progressive.
It is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally. Enter the country illegally. Illegally. It's not a criminal. It's crime. It's not a crime.
She's out here speaking with full confidence, completely unaware that she just debunked her own argument in real time.
Reality. So you can feel however you want. I mean, I could sit here and say that I feel like a tomato plant, but that doesn't mean that I'm actually in those things. So your self-perception, you can have whatever self-perception you want, but you can't expect me to take part in that self-perception or to take part in this kind of charade, this theatrical production. You don't get your own pronouns, just like you don't get your own prepositions or your own adjectives. You know, it's like if I were to tell you, my adjectives are handsome and brilliant, and no matter whenever you're talking about me, you have to describe me as handsome and brilliant because that's how I identify. It makes no sense. You don't get your own pronouns. That's grammar. That's language.
I feel like a Greek god sometimes, but you don't see people building statues of me. Reality doesn't care about your feelings.
I've seen your TikTok, your social media. Yeah. You're flirting with bare man on there. Like, what's that about?
I'm just being nice.
Do you ever go SOHO?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay, big up the gay people there. There's a lot of gay people there.
Yeah, we love the gays. I mean, I am LGBT. I am bisexual. I am the
big man
B.
ting. Shout out to the LGBTQ PS5 HDMI, bruv. Big man
Wow.
ting. Love it.
Go us.
This is dry, bruv.
At this rate, by the time you finish saying the full acronym, a new letter will have already been added.
So I just went to get some lunch today, and I went into Firehouse Subs. And this is not a knock on Firehouse Subs as a franchise, but I walked in there, and they're the only people in there, which I couldn't see until I got in there because the light was reflecting off the door. Whereas like just one table full of like 10 burly looking guys with like hoodies and trucker hats and big old beards, and that was one of the most frightening things I've ever had to do, because anyway, I just want to live in a country where I can feel safe getting a sub sandwich and not have to worry about 10 burly men are going to think or do or say or anything when I go get lunch. So, but until then, I'm going somewhere where I can stay in the car.
If being in the same room as men having a meal is this scary, maybe just DoorDash your meals from now on.
But really make sure you get, like, really zapped. Get zapped, right? Get zapped into laughter.
Laughing like hyenas in the woods waiting for enlightenment? Congrats, you've officially lost the last 2 brain cells you had left.
Are you on estrogen? First month on estrogen?
11 years on test. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm not mobile. Oh yeah, testosterone, baby.
One looks like he's about to conquer a mountain. The other looks like he's about to cry over a mean tweet.
Good morning. Would you pray with me? Come, Holy Spirit, into the hearts of all of your beloved children, and kindle within us the fire of your unending and relentless love. May all of my words and our hearts together honor you today, O God, our rock and our Redeemer. Amen. But performing gender as a daily task, I would argue, is a learned cultural trait to which we have all been exposed. As understandings of drag have changed throughout history, perhaps drag today could be defined as that which threatens the already fragile and arbitrarily constructed framework for gender performance that is necessary to maintain power dynamics. Conversely, it could also be that from the moment we are born, and perhaps even before that, when families gather to reveal the organs of their child, that the drag show begins. The blue confetti falls and the pink smoke clears, and there's a mad dash to project cultural and societal expectations of gender performance onto that child. These are learned behaviors that can be shaped either through shame or affirmation based on a perceived correct performance of drag.
She really woke up and chose father fraudulent as her new identity today. Grown adults in full dog suits, and they expect to be taken seriously? Yeah, sure.
Welcome to a day in the life of a fat activist. I start the day off feeding my cat some treats because she needs to know that unless she's fat, I won't love her. Then I took a bath because I am far too lazy to stand and need to preserve all the calories that I can for the day. Then I filmed some TikToks, making sure to glorify obesity and show everyone how cool and trendy it is to be fat. On my way to the doctor's, I stopped at Dunkin' and got the sugariest coffee possible and ate 24 donuts. At the doctor, I made sure he knew that I knew more than him, and I berated him over any medical advice or testing he wanted to do. After that, I headed to my yoga class, where instead of taking the class, I sat in the back and yelled at everyone, telling them to stop exercising and to get fat instead. Because being skinny is bad. Cheers. Stay fat, y'all.
The sad part about this is that I can't even tell if it's satire or not. Her lifestyle and body makes me believe it's the latter.
Go Trump. What do you think about that?
Go Trump?
Yeah.
You're stupid.
Okay.
What do you play? You're like attack?
No, don't
Look at
touch.
this
Okay.
Look at this playing lacrosse. I skateboard.
Bye. Okay.
So now you're talking to me.
No.
I went to Stanford. How old are you?
How old are you?
40.
You're too old to be asking
I make $500,000 a year. What do you make?
Why are you here?
Why? Because I'm here at some public sidewalk. Get used to it. You play this. I skateboard. I was at lacrosse. Are you attack or forward? Who cares? You guys suck.
Okay.
Bye. Go to Stanford. Go to Stanford.
No, we don't want to
Oh, wait, hold on. Only 100 people apply for Stanford. Only 4 get in.
Nice.
Not you guys.
Bye, loser.
Man's out here flexing imaginary wealth. Bro, your debit card probably declines at the dollar store.
A woman has a right to choose what occurs with her body, and I don't think that it should be anybody else's decision.
So what if the body inside her body is a female?
Ultimately, the owning body is going to make the decision. And
So you believe humans can own other humans?
as a black person, no, that's definitely not my answer to that question. Would not be yes.
What did you just say?
She really set up her own trap and walked right into it. Self-sabotage at its finest.
Hi, for those of you who don't know me, I'm a high school math teacher and I have a pride flag in my classroom. My job is to teach students math, but it's significantly more than just that. Some of the students that I teach might not have liked their previous math teachers, might not know how to learn math, may have never even passed a math class before. So much of my job is building an atmosphere and a persona that the students feel comfortable learning from me. Because with everyone, especially high school students, learning is scary. Failure is tough, and failure is required to learn. I'm asking my students to be vulnerable with their failures. And in order for them to be vulnerable, they have to feel safe. The pride flag is one of the many ways that I show my kids, regardless of who they are, that you are safe in my class.
Maybe the flag needs to be there to remind you that 2 + 2 can identify as 5 if it really feels like it.
Haters will say trans women don't belong in the women's bathroom. Does this look normal to you? No. And just man to man here, it's not going to look normal when you go in to get your prostate exam either. You can't expect society to just conform to the abnormal body modifications that you've done to yourself. Sorry, bro.
Women's bathrooms are for women, not dudes in wigs playing dress up.
Trans gay men. Yeah, but we're femme presenting, so we were just
shouting it. We were shouting that we were trans gay men because we are. Trans gay men! What is a trans gay man? Biologically female, but we're trans men and we're gay. We like guys.
New gender just dropped. Guess I gotta update my dictionary again.
Got my cake pops removed, but now it's time to turn my candy cane into a donut. After the procedure is done, I will stay in the hospital for about a week. And while I'm there, they will pack my freshly made donut with napkins. This will ensure that everything sets in place and the donut doesn't close in on itself. After about a week, they will remove the napkin and send me home with instructions to dilate. Dilating serves the same purpose as the napkin, making sure that the donut doesn't close in on itself. Just instead of using the napkins, you use a plastic candy cane or dilator that you place inside of the donut for 20 minutes 3 times a day. And as you heal, your donut will become more resilient and you will increase the size of your dilator until eventually you're ready for the big leagues and you only have to dilate a couple times a week. That being said, a lot of people don't want to dilate. It's understandable. The good news is that you can get a zero-depth donut, one that looks the exact same but doesn't require dilation. There are certain things that you can't do with a zero-depth donut, but that trade-off is worth it to some people. Personally, I am down to dilate because I am sick and tired of my candy cane, and I'm going into 2026 with a donut.
Oh, what did I just listen to? Some things you just gotta keep to yourself. I don't want to hear it.
You guys keep sending me this. I'm not sure why. She's kind of bad. She's kind of... Whoa! Whoa! Hold on a minute. What was... She got no... Oh, it's a man, am I gay?
Bro just wiped away an entire gender like it was a Snapchat filter. Is that crazy or is that crazy? Some people go to therapy, other people just go outside and raw dog insanity.
Floor until she tells me I can get up. Can I get up? Crackle. Focus. Please don't do that. She is a working service dog. Distracting a service dog is a class 2 misdemeanor in this state. Focus. Yeah, well, she's currently working, and distracting her is a class 2 misdemeanor. Focus. Focus. Good. Oh, I hate advocating.
That's not a pet, that's a hostage waiting for the perfect escape plan.
Sorry, I love to chew on dog bones, so let's chew on some for some tingles. Raw hide bones.
Imagine explaining to your ancestors that this is what the future of humanity looks like.
Well, the best thing I could do is not be quiet, okay? These are life over and I want justice. God's gonna grant it, okay? It's gonna take a little time, but God's gonna grant it.
Geesh, if I saw her in a dark alley, I'd apologize for existing and start running on pure survival instinct.
What's true about that?
Well, what's false about it?
Well, you tell me.
Well, it's not false to me. Are you saying it's not real?
Well, like so, a trans woman, a man.
They're male. A woman is a female. They're not women.
How so? They say so.
Well, just because someone says so doesn't mean it's true.
So, what makes you Santa Claus then?
I'm not.
Then why are you dressed up like him?
Because I like Santa Claus. It's funny. What about this? How are they women?
Because they say so.
I don't believe them. We don't have to believe them. Just because someone says something doesn't mean we have to believe it. It's not real. If I say I'm Santa Claus, doesn't mean I'm Santa Claus. All right?
Guess I'll tell my landlord I identify as someone who already paid rent this month.
Yeah, it was really fun last year, and my, at the time, 3-year-old had such a good time tipping the drag queens and the other drag performers. he kept going, so pretty, and like holding out the dollars. He was so excited. So I'm sure that he won't be able to wait again this year. So thank you so much for making it not just a fun event, but a fun event for everyone in your family.
Excuse me? Why is her kid handing out dollars like he's at a club?
Here today.
I wanted to hang out with my friends. I've actually been here twice today. I went home and got changed. So
this was like a week-long event.
Yeah.
So have you been here for several other events?
No, only today. Yeah. But I came out here to celebrate with friends, be comfortable in my skin too, and just feel comfortable. And so I don't know, everything just draws me. This is my I've been to Pride multiple times. I've been to one over in Ohio and all that. It's really great.
Wonderful. So you said you went home and got changed. Did you get changed into this?
Yes.
Okay, explain this for me because I don't think a lot of people will understand.
I don't know. I just like to feel comfortable in my skin, so I just wear whatever I want. Okay. And especially during big events, I like to just dress how I feel. Okay. And so this was just for fun. Okay. I love collars, so I wear those. Okay. But everything else is just kind of Pride.
Where's the father in this situation? How can he let his son leave the house with a muzzle on? Absolutely ridiculous. You guys have made it to the end of the video. Make sure to like and subscribe to prove you're an alpha. And remember, according to YouTube, the best way to help the channel in the algorithm is to watch one of my videos right after this video. So if you like this video, you should watch another one. Till next time.